Hello everyone, this is Jennifer Stay from Coloring Bliss, and welcome to a fun, impromptu, unplanned, but very exciting and fun live YouTube event. I thought it would be fun to jump on today and spend some time just doing some coloring, chatting about the giveaway that's going on. It ends April 22nd. We are giving away a book a day, one of my brand new custom build your own coloring books every day this week. So make sure you are entered to win one of those books. The link is in the video description, so go check that out. We are also doing a giveaway. Actually, it's like a bonus. So if you order any books right now through the Coloring Bliss print shop, you get a bonus right now with some Mother's Day cards with your order. So go check that out. They turned out really cute. In fact, I only have 6 of them printed here. I need Steve to print the last 2 for me so I can show them to you and you can see how they turned out. Oh, his eyes got really big. He's like, oh, she's right. I haven't printed those for her. So I'll send him down to do that for me in a little bit. And I need to figure out how to get the comments up here so I can say hi to you
Looks
guys.
Like they don't work on that one.
I think I've gotten them to work before. Steve will look for me for a minute here. If not, we'll get my computer or a computer over here so I can follow comments along and say hi to you.
Yeah, I don't see them for YouTube. They were on there for Facebook, but maybe they don't support it for YouTube.
Our software is not going to help me out. Okay, so we'll find another way so I can follow comments. Steve will figure that out because he does that. He figures things out.
I was already breaking my computer over. So.
Oh, see, he's already figuring it out. So anyway, I have some coloring that I wanted to do. I started it during our live event last Wednesday. I worked on it a little bit more a couple days later, and then I haven't finished it yet, and I'm really enjoying the coloring I'm doing, and I'm really enjoying it because of 2 things. It's color pencil, and it's been a while since I've been doing color pencil coloring, and plus it's on the metallic paper, which we're printing in the Bliss print shop. So if you want to go check out the different items you can get on the metallic paper, you can go check that out. I think I put a link. Yes, I know I put a link for that in the video description, so you can go check out the Coloring Bliss print shop. Anyway, so you can see that there too. Lots going on here with Coloring Bliss. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for all the orders we've already gotten. We have Ashley here today as well. She's in here right now for a minute, but in a second we're sending her down to the Bliss print shop to work with Steve because our orders are piling up and we're going to send them down to do a bunch of printing for you guys. So yeah, she just cracked an imaginary whip. So we're going to send her down and get her to work. So we're so excited. We're so grateful for all the support we're getting for this new idea. Basically, the idea is you get to go in and build your coloring book the way you want it. I have over 480 different coloring pages now that you can pick from and custom build a coloring book the way you want it. The coloring pages you want, the paper you want, the way you want it bound, the extras you want. It's really exciting, really fun. The order comes to us. We professionally print it here on beautiful art paper. It's beautifully printed and then it's shipped off to you. So it's a new concept with coloring books. You don't have to put up with art that you're not super excited about anymore. It's really an amazing thing. It's the idea that's kind of inspired me and Steve to start the Coloring Bliss print shop was the idea that we could offer this to you, a custom built coloring book just for you. So that's why we're so excited. And we do have Rose here. She's all curled up in a ball here. In a minute she'll probably wake up and start moving around and I can show you her new haircut. She's a little Maltese dog. Maltese have the white long hair that just keeps growing and growing. And so it was getting long and scruffy. She used to even we had her trimmed up so she kind of had long, pretty pants on her legs. And as I was getting in there and grooming, I saw that she had little mats and knots in all of her pants as well. So I ended up trimming up. All of her pants came off. And she's got this tiny, skinniest little body now and tiny, skinny little legs. And she's so cute. But I left her hair on her head and I left her beautiful long tail. So she's just so sweet. And oh, now her body's so smooth and silky. And oh, she really needed that grooming session. So, but she hated it, really hated it. I had to have a bowl of treats the whole time, and every time she started to fidget, she was given a treat. So she mega treats on that day. Oh my goodness, very spoiled young lady, but that's okay. We got through the grooming. So I'll show you how she turned out as soon as she decides to wake up and get busy. So looks like Steve's got me some chat going here. So woohoo! Now I can say hi. I am going to be flying solo because I have to send Steve and Ashley down to work in the print shop. So that means I'll be reading sometimes and then coloring sometimes. I'll just go back and forth. You guys can kind of chat amongst yourselves a little bit when I'm coloring, and we'll just work the best we can. I might miss some of your comments, so if I do, just re-comment if it's something that's really important. If not, I'll go back and revisit the comments after we're done with the live event. I believe now YouTube makes it so that your comments don't disappear anymore, which is fantastic. I don't know if we have to turn that on or not. I'm looking and I'm not seeing. So I'll find out about that. If not, if for some reason the comments do disappear and I miss a comment that you were really excited about me reading, afterwards when the live event is over, you can always come back and re-comment for me and I'll catch the comment there. If it's like a support question you have that you need help with the giveaway or help with an order, just send off an email to Steve. He is keeping right on top of all the customer service emails that are coming on. Send that email to support@coloringbliss.com and Steve will take good care of you. That's the best way to get your questions answered right away. If you send your questions via Facebook or other places like that, those places, if you're trying to get your questions through me to Steve or some way like that, sometimes they don't get seen right away because I'm busy drawing or creating other content, and I don't monitor those social medias as closely as we monitor the support@coloringbliss.com emails. So truly that is the best place to get your questions answered, especially if it has to do with giveaways and orders and that kind of thing. So as far as the giveaway goes, it's being done through Facebook. This is some awesome software we got involved in, and if you follow the link that is in the description of this video, it will take you straight over to where you can learn all about that. There's a link that takes you, and there's videos there that will walk you straight through everything you need to know about the giveaway. You only have to enter once, and you're entered every day for the giveaway, so it's really easy over there. And if you want to enter even more ways, like you can take a link that's there and share it around, and if a friend that uses that link that you share wins, if they win a book with your link, you win a book too. So there's more ways than just one to win, but the easiest way is to just follow. Make sure you have at least that one entry in, and then you're entered every single day. You have a chance to win that daily giveaway. And Steve posts the winners on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/coloringbliss. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's where all of this is happening. We chose to do it over there right now because that software is awesome. We're going to be doing other giveaways here soon that will happen just here on YouTube. I know some of you aren't big fans of Facebook, and I apologize if you just want to stay away from Facebook. I understand. But right now we're doing this particular giveaway on Facebook, and in the future we'll be doing other giveaways that won't involve Facebook, so you can look forward to that. It's just the way we decide to do that. And this giveaway is only for US citizens, There's some legality issues that had to do with that decision. Plus, because we're going to be shipping away so many books, because we're giving away so many, it was also a cost decision for us to keep our costs down for the giveaway. So that was the two reasons why the giveaway for this time is limited to U.S. citizens. So I'm so excited to give away so many books. I think I've lost track of how many we've given away so far.
Yeah. Today is day 6. And the first day it was actually 2 winners. Because
the first day was a 2 winner because there was a friend that won through a link of someone who referred. So it was one of those
in fact, I think it was Lori who's on here today.
Oh, we have Lori here. She's one of our winners. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited. It's neat software the way it's winning. And then we also have a leaderboard that's working with the giveaway, where if you can keep your name in the top 3 slots of the leaderboard, which I think Lori is one of the top 3 slots. If you can keep your name in one of those top 3 slots, we have sort of grand prize, which we still haven't finished deciding. Oh my goodness. It's hard to run a business when you're just 2 people. Anyway, if you can keep your name in the top 3 slots of that leaderboard, we have 3 grand prizes at the end of this giveaway. And the third place prize is worth $50, second place prize will be worth $75, and the first place prize is going to be worth $100. Now, we haven't specified exactly what those prizes are yet, and it's mainly because Steve and I are running around crazy trying to keep up with everything. We haven't had time to pin that down exactly yet, but that is what the prize packages will be worth, and we're so excited to offer that as well during this giveaway. So exciting. So Steve is here. He's kind of monitoring it right now, and in a minute though I'm going to have to kick him out and send him down to the print shop. So is there anything that I need to address right away, or?
Well, I don't know if somebody wants to be a moderator. I made your sister Nancy a moderator.
Oh, Nancy's here? Good. So Nancy's going to be a moderator. We haven't had many troll problems lately. If someone comes in and does something that is offensive or something, we'll just kick them out. We're not even going to deal with them and talk to them or anything. I don't deal with trolls. I just kick trolls out, man. They just aren't allowed. We're blissful here. Trolls just aren't allowed. So trolls, in case you don't know the verbiage, trolls means people who come in and do offensive things or just try to stir up trouble and drama. We just get rid of them. We're all about having fun and supporting each other here. So that's what we do around here. So so we're just going to have some fun coloring here. Let me show you what I'm doing. And Steve, once you print off that last page of the Mother's Day cards, maybe you could send Ashley up with it or something, or Carter or someone up. And I'll show you the Mother's Day cards that we are doing as a bonus when you order something from the Bliss Coloring print shop right now. My thoughts are starting to get a little jumbled. So yeah, that's the plan. Also, another thing that really helps us is if you hit that little like button, and if you share it out anywhere, share it to Facebook, share it to Instagram, just share it out. That helps me. That activates the little YouTube, Google, the little YouTube bots. It makes it so that YouTube thinks that this is a very useful and awesome video, and it will start naturally sharing it out and helps our channel. So that'd be great. And I know we haven't been very active on this channel, and that's mainly because we've been rolling out this new feature for our Bliss print shop. And once this gets all rolled out, which I think it's running pretty smoothly, at least from my end, then I can start focusing again on producing more content for you guys here on YouTube. So I'm excited. Now, that's the sound of the garage door. We also have some strange sounds going on because there's a big windstorm that has come into the Salt Lake Valley, and it's literally shaking my house right now. I'm in a 2-story house and I'm upstairs. That's where my Bliss, my art studio is. It's literally shaking our house right now. So if you hear some strange sounds, it's probably the wind pushing our house around. It's such a strange windstorm. Anyway, that's what's going on around here. So let's do some coloring. I'm going to switch the angle here. This is the page we started coloring on Wednesday on Facebook Live. We're live every Wednesday on Facebook. at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. If you want to join us this Wednesday, we'll be doing another live event. And this is that metallic paper. I'm going to move it in the light so you can see how it catches the light. Over here I colored this little chick really quickly on Wednesday with some marker to show what it looks like with the metallic shining through marker. And then someone asked what the metallic paper looked like when you use color pencil. And so that's why this has been colored with color pencil, and I was having so much fun I came back later to do some more coloring. So let me move it in the light and you can see, see how pretty that shines through that color pencil. And these are those Prismacolors, so even a high waxy pencil like a Prismacolor, it still shines so pretty through it. So this is the page I was going to work on with you. It's one of the Mother's Day gift cards or just a Mother's Day card that you get if you order right now. I'll show all of them to you. There's 2 cards to a page, and then on the back, Steve found some pretty art that goes on the back, and it leaves a big empty space here where you can write some sort of message to your mother, your aunt, your grandma, whatever you want to do on the back here. So and I think Steve has decided to leave no lines, correct?
Right.
So it's just going to be blank. That way you can write big letters, small letters, whatever you want to do. You can even draw another picture back here if you wanted to. So it gives you lots of options for the back. And this page looks like that. Says, even on a hard day, you can make me smile. Hi, Carter.
Hi.
My son Carter just got home from school. Okay, this is another page here that you get in the, there'll be a total of 8 Mother's Day cards you get as a bonus right now when you order a book from the Bliss Print Shop. This one says, you make the world a pretty place, and has the really stylized pretty flowers on the edge. And this one says Mom down the side with some more pretty stylized flowers that I created. I tried to do a balance of both really strong Mother's Day imagery and then more generic imagery that would be good for grandmas or aunts, or even if you wanted to use it for non-Mother's Day purposes, just as a nice sentiment type card that you could send out to someone that needed cheering up, or that you wanted to just give something happy to. That's what I wanted, a good balance for these cards. Okay, then the third page is this one. This one says World's Greatest with a nice big cup and some pretty stylized flowers coming out of it. And then this one is dedicated to all of us that are mothers of fur babies. I wanted one because I know a lot of us, that's what we love celebrating, that we're not just moms of human kids, we're moms of our cute pets. So here we have a cute little dog and a cute little cat. I tried drawing it in a new style, and it's not my favorite. I think these turned out really cute, but I don't know if I'll keep following this style where it's really round, but I think it's really cute. I think it turned out good. So that's the 3 pages. Steve will print off the 4th. There's a 4th, so 2 more cards that you get. And as soon as he brings that up, I'll show that to you. But we are working right now to finish up this page right here. And I'm using these 9 pencils. And this one was designed off of, I've been researching and looking at beautiful Mexican pottery. And so I wanted to pick really bold, fun colors, because that's sort of what they do with Mexican pottery, is really fun, bold colors. And so we've got a really pretty yellow, some pinky reds, and then it was suggested on Wednesday that I add this color of a bluish green, sort of turquoise type colors, and I'm loving how these colors are working together on here. I think it's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to look over at the comments here and see what I can see real quick. Looks like we've got Lori being a moderator. Thank you, Lori. Let's see, how do I do that because I'm on my iPad? Let's see. Steve is downstairs now, so hopefully you guys have some of these questions answered. Oh, and Katrina would like to see some of the coloring books. We can do that as well. Yeah. Okay. So we can do that as well, Katrina. So maybe I'll color for a minute and then we'll take a break and flip through. I have right here next to me one of the custom coloring books, and we can show you what that looks like and how they're built and the different options you can pick. So we'll do that here in a minute. So let's do some coloring. Okay, I'll flip back. I put in the link of the video description the video I did a few months ago on these tritones, how I set up the different color sets and where you can get the actual numbers and names of these sets. This is the Prismacolor tritones, and I also have tritones for the polychromos as well. So today, it was suggested on Wednesday that I use the Prismacolors. So I think I used red as a background here, so I want to use maybe blue as the background here. I think I used blue as the background here too. I'm really liking that blue. I used yellow here, yellow. Blue would be pretty here, but so would red. I'll have to think about that. Okay, let's move on to this flower here. And I'm kind of keeping all the petals red, so let's go ahead and do that. But these ones need sharpening. I noticed with this metallic paper, a sharp pencil works a lot better. Well, that's true of almost any papers, but really on this metallic paper, that seems to be very true. So I'm going to sharpen up this pencil. I'm using my brass bullet sharpener here, one of my favorites. I actually got a new sharpener, one of my splurges for my birthday, and it finally came through Amazon. So I'll be doing a review of that sharpener very soon. Can't wait to show you. It's a very different sharpener than I've ever had. So I'm excited to show you guys that. So that one, it's actually sitting behind me in the cupboard waiting to be reviewed. Okay. So we'll do, those are much sharper now. Just looking over at Rose. She was watching me sharpen those pencils. Okay. I am going to zoom in even closer here so you can see better, and hopefully it won't be too pixelated coming in that close. And the way I found that it works best on this metallic paper, because it's not a very textured paper, you can't build up too many layers. So we've talked a lot before about Jennifer's rule of blending thirds. That's one of my favorite ways to blend color pencils. But it's been best with this slick metallic paper to do fewer layers of pencil because there's not much texture to hold all those layers. So what I've been doing is kind of laying down a really light layer to kind of establish where I want the shadows and the highlights and get the blending started. And then I go back and deepen up everything. And it's been turning out really pretty. I love the deep that I got up here, especially around that flower. It works really good. Oh, it's so much fun. And so relaxing, and I love that it still has that really nice metallic sheen coming up through it when it's done. Oh. I can hear them all chatting downstairs, getting ready to go down and print books. We had the repairman come. Our big printer was acting strange, which it just can't do that right now. We're in the middle of printing so many books, and that's probably why it's acting strange, because we're pushing it hard. So we had the repairman come early this morning and got it running smooth again. like I said, it's hard to run a business with just two people. Well, Steve and I had a big discussion last night and trying to figure out at what point do we need to think about hiring another part-time employee or some more help so we can keep the Bliss print shop running, and Steve and I can focus on, we haven't been able to produce any content for the YouTube channel over the last week or two, and I want to start producing more things you guys can order through the print shop, like bookmarks. I'd love to do a line of stickers too. I think stickers would be so much fun. And so I need to research that. Okay, so I've got it kind of laid down, the dark to light, but I want to now come in and really make those colors extra vivid. So I'm going to come back now, and I've got my hand moved way down to the tip now of the pencil, so I have lots of control. I'm going to go really slow and steady and build up that vivid color. But I'm just doing really light pressure. It's not taking hardly any pressure at all on this paper. It's really nice. Such fun paper. And we heard from my oldest son today. He's on a service mission in Florida and for our church, and we only get to chat with him once a week. So that was fun to hear from him. He's doing good. Mondays are special for me because of that. I get to hear from my son. Trying to think what else is going on outside of Coloring Bliss to tell you about. My whole world seems to be art and Coloring Bliss. Oh, I already told you I got to groom Rose finally. That's always a big adventure. That takes a lot of energy out of me, grooming her, because she fights it. I give her bath in the kitchen sink so I don't have to lean over the bathtub. But she's so squirmy, and if I give her any room to move, she starts whipping her little body around, and she's just like a wet fish. You have to hold on to her so tight. It's hilarious. I saw on YouTube the other day that somebody says you can like smear a little peanut butter on the side of like the tub or the sink wherever you're bathing them, so they'll sit there and lick the peanut butter while you're bathing them. And I thought that might be a good thing to try, but I don't know. I think she'd lick it off in the first 10 seconds, and then we'd still be like 15 more minutes left to do to keep cleaning her. And so I decided not to worry about it and just focus on getting the bath done as fast as possible. All right, I'm back to the lightest pink now. I'm brightening up the tips of this flower, and it's turning out so pretty. And then we can repeat it on the other side. I'll share these 3 colors with you here in just a second too. I bet some of you would want to know that. There, that turned out pretty. Okay, so I'm using Crimson Lake PC925, and then the mid-tone is Permanent Red PC122, and Blush Pink PC928. Now all these colors are from those tritone sets that I set up in one of the videos that I shared with you guys recently. So I put a link to that video in the video description where you can get all the tritones that I use that are based off of the color wheel. So you can follow that link and go get all my Prismacolor tritones that I love and the Polychromos tritones that I love. So right now I'm using this set, and now I think we'll do the next layer in the blue, which the darkest tone is the Cobalt Turquoise PC 105. Hope you can see that. And then this one is Aquamarine PC 905 and PC 992 Light Aqua are the three blues. And then the yellows I'm using are Sunburst Yellow PC 917 and Goldenrod. Actually, Goldenrod's the dark. Goldenrod is the darkest, PC 1034, and then the midtone is Sunburst Yellow, PC 917, and the lightest color is Jasmine, PC 1012. Those are the three yellows that I'm using. And then I have a really soft makeup brush because this is such soft paper with almost no texture. The wax starts to build up and I don't want to smear it off with my warm hand. That's a really great way to get a nice smear of pigment. So if you have a really soft brush to get rid of all those pencil crumbs, you won't get smears. But if you have warm hands like me, if you go to brush the crumbs off with your warm hands, it sort of melts that wax and you get a smear of pigment. So this is a really inexpensive makeup brush I picked up at Walmart. I think it's Wet n Wild is the brand. And it cleans off those little crumbs without causing any smears. Love it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to catch up on let me read some of the comments you guys have been leaving. Let's see, you guys have been helping each other with your iPad, it looks like. Thank you for helping. What shades of blue did you use for the background? Oh, good. Creative Caitlin. I just shared with you those three colors, so you got those now. Kim says, nice to hear the business is busy. It is a mixed blessing. You are right. And yesterday we try not to work on Sundays. We try to keep the Sabbath just for worshiping and for family. And we were sitting talking about work, and we were both trying to remind ourselves that it's a blessing to be this busy. And it truly, truly is. But we are coming to that kind of awkward stage of we need to make a little bit more money in order to afford another employee, but we need another employee already. So how do you, we don't know a lot about business, but we know enough that we know we have to be careful not to hire the employee too soon, but we're coming close to the need. So we're trying to figure out how you balance all of that. So, let's see, we have Kemrox says, hi Jennifer from New Zealand. Hello. Your color theory tutorials and rule of blending thirds have changed my life. I'm so glad. I feel like I can color now. Helen Gillis says, I just put my poor puppy in the bath and she looks at me with such sad eyes. Oh, don't you hate that? You feel like you're torturing them. That's the way Rose was, and they get so, she looks like a wet rat or something because she's so full and fluffy when she's dry, but when they get wet, they just shrink down to this poor little bony thing. It's so sad. Why dogs look so pathetic when we are trying to make them clean and lovely, I don't know. The brush is a good idea. Yeah, the makeup brushes are so soft and they're nice to work with. Plus, they're just soft and pretty. So, and the Wet n Wild ones are so inexpensive. I think Elf makes some good cheap ones too. But I just went down my Walmart aisle and looked for the cheapest one that I could find because I knew it was going to get all dirty from pigments and weird makeup and graphite and stuff, and that's what I looked for. And then I knew I could replace it really easily if I couldn't get it clean. So that's what I looked for, was a really cheap brush down the Walmart aisle, and this is the one I found. So you should try and add buttons to your shop. Oh, Well, yeah, I'll have to mention that to Steve. I know that YouTube has done a lot of new changes lately, and we just haven't had time to dive in and learn about their buttons and things. Like they have new options where we can do things like if something happens live, I can make something happen here in my studio, like music could come on or things like that. So I need to look into that and see if we can make these live events more interactive between you and me. So I'm going to look into all of that as soon as I can. Again, at what point can we afford an employee to take over some of these day-to-day works in the print shop so Steve and I can focus on making this kind of thing more interactive and more fun and exciting for all of our members? So we're still balancing that and trying to determine at what point do we bring in more help. So it's pretty exciting. And Kim Rock says, P.S. I love your nail virus. Oh, I'm glad you like my nails. They're those the matte colored nails, which I love, but they get kind of scratched up easy. So they look really pretty today because I just put them on last night. So we'll see how they look come Wednesday for the live Facebook event, if they have survived. So if you can come for the live Facebook event, great. If not, you'll be able to watch it, the recorded version, and you can come and see if they survived over the next couple days, if they still look as pretty as they do right now. So, okay, let's get back to coloring. Okay. All right, I'm going to add the blue here around the petals, and then we'll move over to the other flower. We still have to decide what I want to do on behind the lettering too. And I was trying to decide what to do, if each stripe should be a different color, or if I want to keep them all the same tone and maybe gradiate the tone out towards the center. Those were kind of my initial thoughts with the stripes, so I need to think about that. Hard to decide. So many fun options. I love it. I love coloring. Okay, I'm going to do kind of the deep tone in the V part here between the petals, and then we'll gradiate it out to the highlight out on the tip, just like we did for the actual petals. Oh, that's what I'm thinking here. I think it'll be pretty. Oh, so pretty. Oh, this one needs sharpening so I can get into those tiny details. Like I said, this is the Alvin Brass Bullet. This sharpener here. I really like this sharpener. Oh, look at that nice sharp point I got. So pretty. Now it'll be easier to get in here and make that blend. Very good. There's a video that I already filmed that I just need to edit and put up on this channel because I went shopping for my birthday to Blick and I bought some new supplies and I want to start using them, but I wanted to get the video of me unboxing and showing you guys my birthday haul first up on the channel, because there's some new supplies in there that I've never tried. I'm excited about them. But like I said, we've been so busy with the Bliss Print Shop. It's been taking over everything to get the Bliss Print Shop rolling. And this is looking good. I don't know if we're going to need to do 2 layers of coloring for this one. Carter's here. Hi, Carter.
Hi. Do you need any help with stuff?
Oh. We could have you monitor the chat if you wanted to. Are you feeling bored?
Yeah.
One of the problems with me being live is Carter can't be on his online games because we try to keep the internet as running smoothly as possible so we won't have any issues with our live stream. So he doesn't mind as long as we give him some online time. But in the meantime, it sounds like he's feeling a little bored. What I could use is that from Dad, he was going to print the final page of the Mother's Day cards for me. Could you go see if he's got that ready for me yet?
He doesn't.
Oh, you know that, huh? Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to finish this flower before we move on to the next one. And I'm going to do the yellows on the very ends and in the center. Okay, let's see what people have been saying. What time on Wednesday, Robin says. Robin, we do it at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time on Wednesdays. We used to do it at 12:30 in the afternoon, and we found that we did a poll and everyone requested that we move it to the evenings. So we've been trying 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Let's see. Michaela Brothers says, Robin Taylor, Jennifer does her... Oh, thank you for answering. That must be one of the Coombe sharpeners. It's actually Alvin brand. It's not the Coombe brand. This little... Let me get it cleaned off. It's full of... It's a Coombe brand... No, sorry. Alvin Brass Bullet is the brand. And it's got a German blade in it. I think I've got a full review of it here on the channel. I've got a playlist of all of my current pencil sharpeners that I've reviewed, so go check it out and you can see it's a really heavy little sharpener. It's nice. It works, I think, just as good as the Coombe, but they both have the German blades in them, and I think that's the key, is to find a sharpener that has those really good sharp German blades in it. So I really like both the Coombe and this Alvin Brass Bullet. They're both a winner. Let's see. Lori's back. She's got chicken in the oven. Whoa, that sounds yummy. Helen says, I find Prismacolors too soft and break so easily. I'm investing with Faber-Castell. Oh yeah, the polychromos. Harder to color, but no breakage. I love the polychromos too. I've got both sets. They're both beautiful. You're going to love those polychromos. You're right. The Prismacolor Premiers are a very soft core. That's how they're designed. They're very soft, very creamy pencil. The polychromos tend to be very buttery. They're just two totally different creatures. These ones have more of a wax base to them, and the others are oil. Both of them are petroleum based. They just are a different creature. They're both just very different, both very beautiful. You're going to love them. With the Prismacolors, the trick is to light layers, light pressure. Actually, all color pencils, that's the rule of thumb. Light pressure, light layers. But if you are a heavy-handed colorist, then you are going to be extremely frustrated with Prismacolors because they do break, because they are a soft core pencil. That's how they were designed and that's how they are made. Don't drop your pencils, any color pencils. If you drop them, they'll break. They won't just break here, they'll break inside, and as you start sharpening down, you'll reach those areas that got broken inside, and that can be really frustrating. Prismacolors will do that. They'll break inside like that, and so I keep all my pencils in really nice cases to protect them. I don't let kids near them unless they've been well trained and I trust them extremely. Then they're allowed near my nice expensive pencils. So there's a time and a place for Prismacolors and for polychromos, and that's why I have both sets, because I love them both. They're both beautiful. So you're going to love those polychromos. So all right, let's see. Mandy says she loves her Prismas. Yep, I've been contemplating getting some polychromos, but I'm still on the fence. I have a really good video here. I think I can't remember the name of it. It's something like polychromos versus Prismacolors. It's a really good video, and it comes with a downloadable worksheet you can get off my website, and it kind of takes you through how to determine what kind of color pencil is best for you. It compares everything from prices to what kind of style of coloring you like, and it kind of helps you think through those. You can use that worksheet to even compare like Crayola versus Prismacolor if you wanted to, and it's not really it's not a video to really say one is better than the other. It's more about which one might be better for your coloring style and for what your purposes are for coloring. So it's a really good video. I was really proud of that one and the kind of information I share there, because I'm not there to say one is better than the other, because I think they're both amazing brands. It's more about what's best for you as a colorist, and I think really that's the question, because I think it's like debating religion or politics. I don't think there's ever really one perfect answer or one perfect pencil. So go check out that video and see if it helps answer your question. Let's see. Katrina says, what do you think of Holbein pencils? Holbein pencils are in my wish list for Amazon. I haven't brought them into my studio yet. They're one of the brands I don't have. I think I have over like 30 different brands, and they are one that I don't have yet. So I've heard awesome things about them, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. So I can't tell you much about them other than I have them on my wish list. Mandy says, I've seen it. Oh, good. You've seen that video. Yours and a couple others I've watched are pushing me towards the yes, get them side of the fence. Go for it. One of the things I do, let's see, dickblick.com is a great place to go and order just individual pencils. Like, I was really curious about these guys here. They're the Derwent Pro Color pencils. So I ordered just 3 of them, and I typically order them in trios. I bought red, orange, and yellow so I could work with them doing Jennifer's rule of blending thirds to see how they blend together and how they work. And it was a great way to practice and see if I liked them, and to see if I wanted to, if I needed to, right away order the entire set, or if it was one of those that I could just keep on a wish list, and someday if I see a good sell, then I could order them. So that's a great way if you are not in a hurry to have a new set of pencils, but you just want to have a few to try. Buy a small set, or just buy 3 and see if they're the pencils for you, and then at least you can play around with them. So another way to do it is to pick your favorite color and buy 3 tones of that favorite color. So for me it would be purple, and I would buy a light, medium, and dark in the purples, and then I'd have them on hand and I could try them and play with them all I want. And as long as you're not in a rush. If you just have to have them though, then wait for a good sale and dive in and buy them. So that's my theory. If you just got to have them, then you just got to have them. So that's my recommendation to you. So let's see. I was told the Prismacolors are now made in Mexico. Yes, they are. So the quality control isn't so good. They are definitely cheaper than polychromos, even in England, but I don't want to buy any new Prismacolors. There was a dip in their manufacturing quality maybe over a year ago, but I think that's been resolved from what I've understood. They got a pretty bad name there for a while, but I think they're doing a lot better now. Also, because they're a soft core pencil, people will get them and they tend to use them the same way they would a Crayola pencil or a polychromo pencil, and the tips break, or they just are like, well, what's going on? And it's just a different pencil. It's a different experience. So I very rarely have the tips of my my Prismacolors break. Very, very rarely. And it's because I know how to use them. I'm use them very light-handed and very carefully. When I bought them, I learned a lot about them and knew right away that I was going to have to be careful with them. I bought them specifically because I knew I have a lot of hand pain, and I wanted a pencil that I could do very light pressure with and get a lot of color. And so that was the point when I bought them, was to do light pressure and not a lot of heavy burnishing. And so I've always been really happy with my Prismacolors. Never had any complaints with them. When they do break on the tips, I just chalk it up to, well, it's a soft core pencil. What can I expect? If you are a heavy-handed colorist, you might be discouraged with the Prismacolors, and you might want to go to a polychromo. It's just the way these are. They're soft core. It says straight on the box, soft core pencil. That's what they are. So, yep. Let's see. Lots of different. I have the Derwent pencils. They are good. Yep, Derwent makes a good pencil. As long as they take care with your Prismacolors, you shouldn't have problems. I totally agree. I don't have any problems with my Prismacolors. Sharpen them carefully. I talk about that all the time in my sharpening videos. The proper way to sharpen a pencil is to move that manual sharpener around the pencil, not to move your pencil. That will protect the tips. Make sure you have a good German blade on that sharpener. Use a Coombe sharpener or that Alvin brass bullet. Electric sharpeners tend to be really overpowered. A lot of people have great success with them. I stay away from them because I want to go slow and careful on my expensive pencils. That's just a choice. So, and I keep them in good cases. When I bought my Prismacolors, I bought a good case, and there's a wide range of good cases now available on Amazon. So get yourself a good case. Don't just drop them into a bag and think they're going to be okay, because they're not. They're going to get broken and you're going to be discouraged. So keep them in a good case, take good care of them, and I think you're going to be happy with them. And if the tip breaks once in a while, just remind yourself they're soft core. That's what happens sometimes. So, yeah. Creative Caitlin says she just got her first set of 72 color pencils yesterday. I'm so excited. Oh, you're going to love it. It's going to be so much fun. Derwent Inktense are on my to buy or not to buy list. I have the full set now thanks to an awesome follower here on YouTube. She sent me what I needed to finish up my full set of Inktense pencils. Such a generous gift for my birthday. I think she said it for my birthday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She sent them to me and I love them. Love the Inktense pencils. They're so much fun. They're also a totally different creature, a new skill to learn, something fun to try, and it's another good thing to purchase open stock from dickblick.com or somewhere like that to test out. And that's what I did. I bought 3, a light, medium, and dark purple, and that was how I got into Inktense. Was I bought 3 purples and played with them until I was like, you know what, I've got to have more. And I waited for them to go on a good sale, bought my first set, and then an awesome viewer bought me the rest of them. So that's how I got my set of Inktense. Let's see. The Prisma got a bad rap. Yep, they did. They did have some issues there for a while. They admit it, and lots of people got them during that time, and everyone started complaining, and because they're soft core, everyone was like, they're breaking, wah, 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 and they just forget that it's a soft core pencil. They just act different, and no, they're beautiful. They're wonderful. I love my Prismacolors. If I had to only pick one set of pencils, I still think it would be the Prismacolors. They're still my first loves. So, but go watch that video that I made that talks about one or the other, Prismacolor versus polychromos, because there are things about the polychromos that Prismacolor can't match, like the light fastness of them. There are better light fast ratings for polychromos than there are for Prismacolors. So if that's important to you, then you may want to go for the polychromos. So there are reasons to buy the polychromos over the Prismacolors. That's why I made that video. So go check that out. So let's see. The Inktense are great. I love my Inktense. Yeah, there's things to learn about the Inktense, how to use them. You can use them as straight up pencils. You can hit them with water, and that's when the magic happens. They're so much fun. Okay, good. I think I caught up with all the comments. Thank you for all the interactions. If you're having fun with me, make sure you hit like and share. I'm having fun. I love chatting with you guys about my passion, which is art supplies and coloring and all things beautiful color. It's so much fun. So let's do some coloring now. I'm going to tuck these little lovelies back here where they'll be out of the way. And we were about to add some yellow to my coloring page here with these 3 pencils. I'll mention their names again real quick. The dark that I'm using is Goldenrod 1034. The mid-tone is Sunburst Yellow 917, and the light is Jasmine 1012. Again, all these colors, you can find their names and all the information about them in that video that I linked in the description. And some of, I make all the numbers available for free, and then some of the downloads, you can become a premium member on my website to get all the downloads. But the actual pics I made of the colors, you can get all that information for free without having to become a premium member. So you can become a free member on my website, a premium member on my website. There's lots of options. I try to make it so everybody has a place in my community. Premium members, free members, you're all welcome here. We're all going to come together and have so much fun, color, and have a great time. Can you guys hear the wind through the microphone? I've been chatting so much, maybe you can't hear the wind. Did the wind blow your bus around on your way home, Carter?
Yeah.
I bet it did. We don't get windstorms like this very often in the valley here in Salt Lake Valley. Our mountains protect us pretty good, so even this much wind is pretty strange for us. It was supposed to snow tomorrow. I think that's what the wind was going to blow in, but I don't know if sometimes when it blows like this, all the energy goes into the windstorm and we never get the snow at the end. So we'll see what happens. That's weather girl Jennifer giving her weather report. At least that's what I've noticed. When we get lots of wind like this, sometimes the snow never comes. Just blows and blows. I noticed, did you see our neighbor's trash can was trying to blow over? I wondered if it had. Did you notice when you came in through the garage, Carter?
What?
Did our neighbor's trash can blow over, or did you not notice?
I didn't know.
Well, that's good. Maybe it didn't blow over then.
How long are we going for?
Oh no. Will you go see if Daddy has printed that 4th page off now? Okay, I'm going to build up a bit of a gradient here with the darkest tone at the bottom of this circle, the mid-tone in the middle, and the highlight tone on the top. Just like that. And brush off the crumbs that are coming off because this paper is so smooth. We're getting a lot of that waxy crumbs rolling and around, and I don't want to make a mess. And that is one issue with the combination of soft core, waxy pencil, and paper that has very little tooth. Is we're getting a lot of crumbs going on here. Whoa! Picked up the wrong pencil. I wanted to grab the light. Now I have to blend that out. There, that's better. There. Found a couple white spots I missed. There. Okay, that flower turned out pretty. Now we'll come over here and copy the same look over here. And then we need to decide what we want to do with the stripes. I'm going to turn the whole thing upside down. Hang on. So that my hand isn't resting on the pencil. I have pretty warm hands, so I want my hand to be off that wax. I don't want to melt the wax and cause smudges and smears, so that's why I flipped the whole thing over. Okay, let's start with the reds again. And we'll build it up here. Oh, it's so nice to just sit in color for a while. Start going into the zone, the relaxation zone that we love so much with coloring. It's one nice thing about the coloring pages like this that have multiple elements that you color identically. Once you figure out what you're doing and you go to the second one, you can sort of turn off your brain and just relax. That's why I think a lot of us love coloring, is that moment when you get to turn off your brain and just enjoy the colors. I'm going to move my hand back a bit, remind myself to be more soft-handed here. Get the mid-tone worked in. Did you get an email from your brother, Carter?
No.
Did you send him one?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Maybe he'll still send you one. Okay, then the lightest tone on the tip. Very good. I keep thinking I hear rain on the roof, but I think it's just leaves and dust. The air is so dusty now from the wind. Yesterday the sky was so blue and the air was so clean, and now today it's so dirty. Going back through the 3 colors now to deepen it up. Get that vivid color we love with these Prismacolors. So make sure you guys have gone over and entered for the giveaway. And share your link around. Remember, if a friend uses your referral link to enter the contest, the giveaway, and they win a book, so do you. So you want to share that referral link and get as many people to sign up for our giveaway to increase your odds to win a book. And if we've got Lori here, she was here earlier. She won a book from us because one of her referrals won a book. Well, that's pretty cool. That's why we're using that awesome software that's over on Facebook to do the giveaway this time. So we could do that, refer a friend. If your friend wins a book, you win a book. That's why we wanted to use that software this time, to make the giveaway a little more dynamic and more interesting, and so we could give away more. Okay, last layer here is this light pink, and it's awesome because we can use it to blend out this harsh line and make this petal look super smooth. So nice. Color pencil is a very slow coloring medium. Marker is definitely faster if you're looking for a faster way to color things. Like if I was doing these as gifts, I think I would probably use markers. If I wanted to give one to all my sisters or something, I would probably use markers so I could get them done a little quicker. Maybe I'll give this one that I'm doing right now to my mom for Mother's Day. Don't mind doing one that spend a little extra time on someone that is important to me, like my mom. Okay. It's looking good. The daffodils and tulips are finally blooming like crazy around our neighborhood. So pretty. I want to take Steve out with his camera and get more pictures so he can do more grayscales for us. And the lightest blue on the tip there for the highlight. So pretty. I really like this blue with this red. I can't remember who it was on Wednesday that suggested I use this particular tone of blue, but it's so pretty. There we go. Oh, missed a spot over there. It's because this pencil's getting dull. I need to sharpen it up again. This paper really demands a sharp pencil. All right. Okay, let's move to the yellows. And the same thing here. Build up the darker tone down at the bottom of the V. Would love to go visit Mexico and see all this pottery that I've been looking at online. Let's see all the pretty colors. Oh, it'd be fun to see how they make the pottery too. The handmade pottery. That would be a neat grayscale coloring page if we could go down and visit Mexico and take pictures of someone, like their display of all of their pottery. That would be so cool. Can you imagine that as a grayscale picture? Okay, I want to do the same thing in the center that I did over here, but the page is upside down now, so I need to remember to make the dark side here the heavier dark and the highlight here. That's upside down, Jennifer. Don't get confused. Okay, mid-tone in the middle. And light tone here, because it's upside down now. Very pretty. Remove the crumbs. Okay, now I'll turn it back around. I'm going to flip the camera up here and show you, for anyone who has just joined us, how pretty it looks with the metallic. Okay, let me see if I can, oh there. See, that metallic paper is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Even it shines even through the waxy Prismacolor pencils. I love it. So this is one of the Mother's Day cards here that you get right now if you order any coloring books right now through the Coloring Bliss print shop. And it's a set of 8 Mother's Day cards, and I have 6 of them right here. And hopefully Steve will come up with the 7th and 8th ones. He's going to print it for me so I can show you guys. And you can color them with markers, or you can color them with color pencils like I'm showing here. So, and either way, if you have it on metallic paper, it's going to shine through. Now, right now in the Bliss Print Shop, the cards are coming, if you get them for free, they're coming on mixed media paper as sort of the default. If you want them on metallic paper, you have to specify that. And so if you need help getting it on metallic paper and you don't know quite how to do that, just send Steve an email through support@coloringbliss.com and say, I'm ordering a book and I want my pages on metallic, my Mother's Day cards on metallic, and he'll tell you how to make sure that that gets in on your order. So, because this is pretty cool. So it's, a lot of people want them on mixed media and some people want them on the other kinds of paper. So we kind of decided to default it to mixed media. That way we know everyone who wanted them gets them. And then if people want them on different kinds of paper, they can get it. I think that's going to eliminate most of the confusion we were having in the past. We'll see. We're still learning how best to do these add-ons, the free add-ons. So that's the metallic paper. Okay, now I have to decide on the stripes, what color to do. If I want to do blue stripes or red stripes, and then whichever I do. I'm not going to do yellow because we've done all this yellow around here. So I'm either going to do blue here and red here, or red here and blue here. It's only 2 colors to choose from. This is one of the reasons why I limit my color palette, because you guys know picking colors can be difficult. So if I keep my color palette limited, where I only have basically 3 colors here that I'm working with, it makes choosing colors easier, but I still get stumped. I still get to points like this where I'm like, now I can't decide. Oh, but you know what I could do? Oh, what if instead of looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4 stripes, what if I look at these as 2 bars on top of a solid background? I like that idea a lot. Oh, I had never looked at it that way before. That way the background will come up all the way to the edge. Oh, I like that. Okay, so now the bars are going to be, I think I want the bars to be red, and we'll make the background blue because I'm really digging the blue. So we're going to do blue background with red bars. I really like that idea. And I think we can make the bars sort of maybe darker on the bottom and lighter, or we could try to make them look rounded like a pipe or something. They're not very big, and where the paper isn't very textured, I think it will be difficult to make them look like a pipe. So let's make them look like darker at the bottom and lighter at the top. I think that will be more successful with this type of paper. Let's do that. Okay. You have joined me with my thought process. Okay, let's go down, camera view down, and I'll show you what I'm thinking here. And maybe, I don't know if all that made sense to you or not, but I'll show you what I'm thinking. I'm going to make this a bar, and we'll have it be dark at the bottom here. And here is the other bar. Okay, and then same thing over here, a dark bar of red here, and a dark bar of red here. And then everything behind it we can do blue. Oh, I'm really liking how this is going to be. Oh, this is going to be so fun. Okay, so we'll do the darkest color maybe up to this line with the Make Me line. And then we'll transition to the midtone. So light, 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 light pressure, Jennifer. Can always add more. Okay, up to the Make Me line. like that. Okay, I like that. And now we'll rotate to the mid-tone color up all the way to here. Now we want it to look like it's coming under this flower. So we'll go back to the dark tone right in here. So it'll lighten for a second and then it'll go back to dark just for a moment to give a shadow under that flower. Okay, we'll do the same thing over here. Lighten to the mid-tone all the way up to the flower. And then establish that shadow, which will probably add even more of this dark red in a minute here to make that shadow even more vibrant. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here, the mid-tone for just a minute because we want to make sure we have room for the lightest of the red. So maybe to there, like to where this starts here, this part of the element. And same thing over here. Oh, okay, good. Oh, I thought for a second I picked the wrong area. Oh, my eyes are playing tricks on me. Okay, and then establish that same shadow right here where the flower would cast a shadow. Like that. Okay, and now we'll grab the lightest pink and continue that line up. And we want it to look like it's under this element here too. So using the mid-tone now, we'll establish a shadow here. Okay, and then we can go back and smooth out all of our transitions and add more color if we need to make things more vibrant. And then we can do our final thing, which will be the blue background. Mid-tone to create the shadow. Nice. Well, we got a pretty blend on that one. A little more vibrant right there. Okay, let's come back down here because we forgot to add, this is going to need to be darker here too, because this element would be creating a shadow here. Okay. So we want this to be pretty deep right here for that shadow. And then we're going to transition up to that make me line. Now, if we want to make that shadow even more deep right here, we don't have a darker red in our trio, but what we do have is green. And if we are very light-handed, it can be used to make that shadow. See? Shadow. Don't need to reach for a darker red. We can use our green. Then we actually get a shadow that feels like it belongs in this world because it has a green tint to it. Okay, do the same thing with this shadow here. I'm actually using the mid-tone here of the greens to build that shadow. Okay, and that works because, do you guys know why? Do you know why this works? Why I can use this blue-green color as a shadow on my red? I bet some of you know why. If I go over it with the red now, it makes a shadow. Let me show you. Bring it up. See how it makes that shadow so pretty? Do any of you know why that works? There's a word for why I can use a blue-green color to make that shadow. It's a color theory term, and the reason why that blue-green will work, I'm looking here to see magic, Melissa says. It does feel like magic. Ah, there, Mandy got it. They are opposite on the color wheel. They are complementary colors. That's right. It is the magic of the complementary colors. That's right. So if you look at the color wheel, any color that is opposite on the color wheel, it's called its complementary color. And they sort of neutralize each other. That's the wrong word. What happens is you can use it to go against each other to create a brown color. You mix red and green together and you get sort of a brown color, right? So I knew, because it's one of the colors, the complementary colors that is easy to remember. Christmas is a complementary color scheme, red and green. So I knew that this red and this blue color, blue-green color, are going to work well as a complementary. Putting them together would get a brownish, muddy, shadowy color. And so I could put them together and deepen that red up and get an even deeper red without having to go find a deeper red. And the shadow is going to match this whole color scheme now because I used this green that I'm using elsewhere. So all over, it's going to be more cohesive of a color scheme, a more cohesive shadow because I'm using the blue-green feeling in that shadow. So it's a color scheme, a color theory trick. They use it in watercolor painting. They use it all over. But it's one of those, it feels like a secret that people don't share. But it works so great. If you're ever coloring and you don't have the exact shadow color that you want, try reaching for a complementary color to build that shadow, and you'll actually get a prettier shadow than reaching for the next darker shade. So I could do the same thing here if I wanted to. I could reach for my blue again, my blue-green color, and help that shadow look even more vivid, more dimensional by using that blue color. It will be a better shadow than finding a deeper red ever could be, because it's a cohesive color for the entire color scheme. And it is like magic. I totally agree with Melissa when she said magic. Color theory is like magic. I think it totally is. Look how pretty. So pretty. Those shadows when you build them like that. It was so pretty, pretty, pretty. I love it. Color theory is like magic. We're going to be doing more videos here on my channel about color theory because of the magic it is. And when you start understanding it, it's really fun. Thank you, Carter.
Oh.
You feel almost empowered when you start to understand these things about the color theory. Okay, I'm using that mid-tone red now for the shadow up here because this is the lightest of colors on that bar. We started out really dark down here and we worked up to the lighter color on the bar up here. So I guess if I wanted to still use my blue-green color here in the shadow, I would just reach for the lightest tone I've got. We're starting to get dust. And use just the lightest tone here, just the lightest touch of it. So pretty. Okay, let's see. Love the shadow, something to do with the color. Yeah, let's see. Yvonne says, how are we going to color the middle around the words? We're going to go to the blue greens, and I have a plan. I'll show you what we're going to do here as soon as we get to it. I have a plan. Okay, now I'll put that color down, but we do need that color ready because we already built in that blue-green color to help make that shadow more dynamic using our complementary color magic. That's one of I want to do a whole video dedicated just to this concept because it's so powerful for our coloring. If you've ever colored, when you color in trees, instead of reaching for brown or gray for your shadows, if you use your complementary colors for your shadows, oh, it's so pretty. It's so interesting to grab those complementary colors and build, you know, if you've got a brown trunk, a reddish brown trunk, and then you've got these green leaves that need a bit of a shadow, you grab that reddish brown color and use that in your green leaf. Oh my goodness, that green leaf all of a sudden has all this dimension to it. Instead of using like a deep green for the shadow, you use that brown, reddish brown for the shadow, and oh my goodness, so amazing. Okay, now we're moving up here. Remember the top of this bar, we're using these two reds. So this little red, I'm just going to kind of move out of the way so I don't accidentally use it, because I've been known to do that. Very light-handed here, and into my light pinks. We're going to blend out this harsh line here that I was creating. Get rid of it. There it goes. Goodbye, harsh line. And then we'll bring in our blue-green, because over here we weren't using blue-green, and it's so pretty with that blue-green. These are the tricks that the artists use, and you look at their shadows and you think, why do their shadows look so much different and so better? What's going on? Why can't I get my art to look like that art? And this is partly why they're using tricks like complementary colors to get more dimension and more interest, and your eye just senses it. Your eye knows something's going on. Something's happening. There's magic there. I love that. The bars. Loving it. Okay, so I'm going to do the blue background next, but Carter just brought up the last 7th and 8th pages of the Mother's Day cards that I want to show you. So we have these 2 pages that you get right now. If you order coloring books with the Bliss Print Shop, you get a bonus of some Mother's Day cards with your order. So you get a total of 8 cards. They're half-size pages now, and on the back they have some cute flowers printed in full color and lots of room to add a sentiment on the back. We decided not to add lines, so you can write as big as you want or as small as you want, or draw a picture or anything you want, and it doesn't say Happy Mother's Day or anything on the back because I wanted to leave it open. So if it's for a grandma or for an aunt or for an influential woman in your life, you can give these cards to any of them. It doesn't have to be just for Mother's Day either. It can be for someone who you just want to say thank you to. These cards, there's lots of ways you can use them. So I tried to stay really open with them as I was designing them because there's lots of ways to use them. All right, so here is the first page. This one has a cute little mama bird on the swing with a couple little baby birds on there. And then this one that we're working on right now says, even on a hard day, you can make me smile. I think this is the one I'd probably give to my mom since I'm spending so much time and effort coloring it. I'll probably give her this one. This is printed on the gorgeous Bliss metallic paper. Now, like I was just saying, we're kind of defaulting towards the mixed media paper for these bonus pages that we're giving out to everyone. If you want them on a different paper, there is a way to have them printed on the different paper. Steve can help you with that. Shoot him off an email to support@coloringbliss.com. He'll help you make that happen so that if you want them on the metallic paper or marker paper or something, he can make that happen. I think there's instructions on the website also. If you can't figure that out, just send him an email and he'll help you make sure that you get the paper you want. Otherwise, if you want the mixed media paper, that's what you'll get and you're good to go. So a lot of people like the mixed media paper as their main paper, so that's why we're defaulting to the mixed media paper. Today I'm working on the metallic paper. I'm watching it to make sure it's shining. Look at it shine even through the waxy pencil. Shining so pretty. Okay, so that's the first 2 pages. The second 2 pages included with this are these 2 right here. This one says, you make the world a pretty place. This one, of course, is straight up Mother's Day right here. It says Mom on it. Both of them are surrounded in beautiful stylized flowers that I've made for you. So they're really good here. Again, this one was printed on the metallic paper. The next 2 are right here. This one has been printed on the mixed media paper here, and it's got a trophy here that says World's Greatest, and I left off, doesn't say mom or it doesn't say grandma or anything, so it can be used in lots of different situations. And then this one here is dedicated to those of us who are mothers of fur babies. So if you have a mom that is in love with her little dog or little cat or both, this would be a good card to give to her, or you can color it for yourself. And here I'll show you what the back looks like when it's not printed on metallic. This one is the mixed media paper, so looks really pretty and be really fun to fill it out on the back. And then the new ones, the last 2, I don't think we've shown them online live yet, what the last 2 look like. If you want to see all of them, just go to the Bliss Print Shop. There's, I think, a link at the top that says bonus Mother's Day cards. Just click on that. It'll take you straight to it, and you can see little thumbnails with all the art, so you can see them there. But this is the last 2 right here. And this is on the mixed media paper again. I wanted to do one that was the cactus and succulents. And again, here is the Mexican pottery making a revisit here. So we've got a big pottery full of succulents and the Mexican inspired art on that pot. I'm just so in love with the Mexican pottery right now. So this was one I saw similar pot to this online and was so beautiful. I thought it was so gorgeous. So I kind of did my own take of their kind of art that they're doing on their pottery. It's going to be so much fun to color. Can do it all bright beautiful bright colors, and then lots of greens up here in the succulents. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And I wrote the sentiment, "Thank you for helping me grow," on the top. And then this one, this art you might recognize. I did this kind of art here for my happy birthday card that I did around my birthday. I was so in love with that art, I felt like it needed to be reused. So I brought it in here. I added some more tendrils coming up and more leaves, because I just think you always can use more swirls and more leaves to color. So I added a whole bunch more, and I changed the sentiment, made it bigger, added some more details to it. So it says, "My life is better with you." I think it's going to be perfect for Mother's Day. I really like how this turned out. So, and I liked reusing that art a second time for this purpose. I think it's a great reuse for that. So that's all. You get all of them as the bonus, the Mother's Day bonus. You can also order just these cards. If you don't want to order an entire book, you can order just the cards and get them that way too. Now, the art itself is also going to be downloadable for my premium members. I don't think Steve has had time to make that available to the premium members yet. Hopefully by this Wednesday's live Facebook event, he'll have time to get that up and ready for you guys. So watch for that to come available for the premium members. To become a premium member on my website, it's just $5, and it's for an entire month's access to my entire online library. That includes over 480 coloring pages now, plus all of the worksheets, color wheel, color theory. All of that is part of the premium membership. Plus, it supports Steve and I with our business, keeps us going. Our premium members are the ones that are making it possible for Steve to work for all of us as our Bliss employee and keep the company going. He's awesome. Without him, none of this would happen. I've got the art, but he's got the know-how to make all of this happen. So that's premium membership. You can cancel anytime. So come on over and check it out. You also get discounts at the Bliss Print Shop when you're a premium membership. So you get your money back. That $5 comes back to you really fast, really easy. So come and check that out. I hope you like the Mother's Day art. I think it turned out some of my best art, I think, so far. I think I'm getting better and better, which is how it should be, right? The more you practice, the better you should get. So I'm pretty happy that that's the way it's happening. Now, the custom built books, this is the way they are looking. This is the cover you get. It says on the front, it says, "Artist Jennifer Stay blissfully presents you with your custom coloring book, hand drawn by me, hand picked by you." So you can come in and build your own coloring book. You get to pick the art, every single coloring page now, or you can pick some of my pre-selected books and then change a few pages if you want to do it that way. There's lots of options. There's videos on my website to kind of take you through all the options that you have now. You can pick the paper you want it printed on. There's also options like you can add swatch pages, extra swatch pages now, where before you could only add one swatch page. Now you can add additional swatch pages. So if you do end up purchasing an entire set of, say, Prismacolor Premier Pencils like the ones we're using today, you could buy enough swatch pages to add to your coloring book so you could swatch the whole set here in your coloring book and have them right here all the time with you. It's so cool. I also, in this book, I had Steve add extra blank pages to my coloring book. So this becomes a hybrid sketchbook / coloring book / journaling notebook, all of it in one book. I can swatch, I can journal, I can sketch, I can color, I can do everything all in this one book. So there's lots of options now, and this is the full vision of what I wanted the Coloring Bliss print shop to be. I wanted it to be a place you could come and make a book that you love every single page. It's exactly what you wanted it to be. So come and check it out. Come order a book. We're also doing a big giveaway promotion right now. come and enter so you have a chance to win. We're giving a book away every single day until April 22nd. So come and make sure you're entered for that. You can enter once and you're entered for the entire giveaway. You have a chance every single day. Or you can also take the special link that we give you and share that link out, because if people enter the giveaway using your link and they win a book, then you win a book. So make it so we give away tons of books. That's what we want. We want to give away lots and lots of books and celebrate this awesome new phase of our Coloring Bliss print shop. It's really exciting. So this is what the custom books will look like. This, I think, is a 30-page coloring book plus, I think it has 5 blank pages and 5 swatch pages. So I think in total, I think it came to about 50 pages in the end. I can't remember exactly. But it's big, it's thick, it's everything amazing. And I think Steve even bound this one for left-handed people. And I explained that too. So if you're left-handed or you have a friend that's left-handed, and they know the struggle of how frustrating it is to have these rings in the way when they're trying to color, you can have the book bound for left-handed. And I asked Steve yesterday, are we getting people ordering for left-handed? And he says, yes, people are ordering for left-handed. So I'm so happy for you that you can finally have a book bound for you. I mean, I think this is brand new. I don't know of anybody doing left-handed binding. So that's all explained in the videos on the website. I won't go into all of that. I show how it all works, and I talk about the paper. I talk about the chipboard. I talk about all of it. You can even have it personalized with a personalized message in the front. I talk about all of that on the website, so go check all that out. So I'm so excited about it. It's a dream come true. I hope we can sell a ton and keep up with it, and I'm just so proud of it. I'm so proud that we can offer this to you. It makes me so happy. So come check it out. Yeah, let's get back to coloring. I'm going to check the messages here and see if there's any questions I can answer. I also need to get a drink of water. I've been talking for like over an hour straight and my throat is getting dry. And little Rose just poked her head up. We haven't shown you her haircut yet. She looks so cute. Let me get my water. It's way over here. I'll get my drink. This is my awesome big water container here. So I'm going to get a drink. I'm not going to drink on camera though. I think that's kind of creepy. I'll drink back here. There. Okay. I'll put that water back over there. Okay. Joyce says hi. Hi, Joyce. Tammy's here, first time. Hi, Tammy. I'm glad you caught us live. Welcome. Let's see. Monique Toi, I think is how you say your name. I found your channel over the weekend and I like you are awesome. Thank you. I've already signed up for premium membership. Thank you so much. I think Steve and I were figuring out, and it's the premium members that are making it possible so that he can be full-time. We were kind of figuring out money-wise where the money's coming in so that he's able to be full-time. He's only taken 1 or 2 bonus pay the bills jobs, and so we were trying to trace where it's coming from so that we know where this is happening. Like, we're just so excited that he can be full-time for us now. When he becomes full-time like this, that means we can do more for our premium members. We can do more options for the print shop. We can do more YouTube videos. All these things that we've always wanted to do, we can start doing now that he's full-time, and it's so exciting. So thank you for becoming premium member. It's your little $5 makes a big difference on this end, so that Steve can be full-time and make a big difference for our business. So thank you. Robin says, I'm going to become a premium member as soon as the live chat is done. Thank you, Robin. I so appreciate that. Julie says her custom book is supposed to arrive this Friday. I'm so excited for you. They are down there printing the next batch out right now. They send out that huge stack. I think I posted the picture of that huge stack they shipped out on Saturday. And then he took a break on Sunday for the Sabbath, and now he's back there slaving away again. They had a little hiccup with some of the software, and it wasn't having anything to do with the orders. It was more like the way when he prints the list of things he's supposed to print, there was an issue there. So he was fixing that up with the software. What are they called? The dude that makes the software. He had to contact him, and they were getting that all sorted out. But I think he's got that sorted out. So there's always a little growing pains at the beginning of a new product. So I think we're getting all of it sorted out. And so they're down there printing and binding as fast as they possibly can right now. So let's see. I have a blast putting together my coloring book. Tammy says, I'm glad you're having fun. I thought for sure everybody was just going to have a fun time in there picking their books, and like, what theme are you going to do? Are you going to do all flowers? Are you going to do, I think Steve, the book he put together for me here was all animals, was how he did it. And there's so many different ways we can do it, and I can't wait for everybody to share, like, the way I built my custom book was this way, and it will give Steve and I ideas of more books we can offer for you guys. So it's really exciting. I'm glad you're having fun. Monique Twa says, I want to buy a coloring book as well. Too much to choose from. A good problem to have. And that was another worry we had, was when you go in and there's 480 coloring pages to pick from, will it be overwhelming for everybody? So don't forget that there's that little sort feature up on the top right hand side to help you kind of narrow it down so it's not so overwhelming. You're not sitting in front of 480 things to pick from. You can sort it down and look at it in a more narrowed view so you can choose easier. So, and then you can also start with the pre-configured books and go from there. So if you really like the Easter coloring book and you want to build off of that and add to it, you can do it that way too. This kind of gives you a jump start and a way to begin. So Awesome Creation says, what do you have to do to win? There is a link in the video description. Follow that link and it will take you to where you need to go. It's on Facebook, so hopefully you're on Facebook, and you just go and you add your email address and bam, you're entered to win. You only have to enter once and you're entered for the daily giveaway. And then there's other ways to make it so you have a higher chance of winning. I have videos there that take you through all of the options, all of ways to win and everything, and it will describe and help you through all of that there. So it's really easy. We protect your email. We don't share it. We don't share it with anyone. I am so very vigilant on protecting people's emails, so don't be afraid of that. And you'll be entered and you have your chance to win. Okay, let's see. Joyce is saying hi to Rose. Yeah, it looks like she went back to sleep. So Michaela says her iPad is down to 29% off. Thanks for being here. My iPad is hanging in there, although it's getting low too. I've got it plugged in, but running all of this, we have it running the switcher so I can zoom in and everything. It drains the power even when it's plugged in. That's how much juice it drains. So I get you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a moderator. I sure appreciate your help. Sarah says, I love your channel. Thank you. I can't wait to start doing more content now that we've got this final phase for the Bliss Print Shop up. I'm hoping to start putting more content onto the YouTube channel. So watch for more videos to come. Let's see. Creative Caitlin says, watching you always makes my day. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Grace's Coloring Corner. Hello, just came home from work. I ordered another book with marker paper. Thank you for your order. And I love that marker paper too. That's like, that paper is heaven. It's so thick and so smooth. You can layer marker for days on that paper. It's so cool. Let's see. Lori says, I could not figure out how to order a book. Any advice to help? Okay, you go to coloringbliss.com and then there's, I think it's shop is the link. And that's where you get started. I have some videos there to help you understand the ordering process. I even show the screenshots of me walking through the ordering process. If that doesn't help you and you have like you need more help, send Steve an email to support@coloringbliss.com and ask him your questions. That's the best way to get help, is straight to Steve. He's awesome. He's so patient and so helpful. And he watches that email really closely and tries to stay on top of it as quick as possible. So he can help you out and help you with any questions you've got. So hopefully we can get your order as soon as possible. Okay. Grace says she's ordered Original Bliss. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. That was like the original art that started all of this. I hope you love it. Okay, Sarah's going to order a custom book tomorrow. Thank you. Mandy wants one of all the gnomes, and that's like one of the things on the top of my drawing list is to draw even more gnomes. I would love it so we have like at least 30 gnome pages. So we could build in a full 30 book of gnomes, a 30-page book of gnomes. Wouldn't that be so cool? I would love that. Good, just came home from work. Oh, you guys are chatting. Very good. Let's see. Grace says, I own 4, soon to be 5 of Jennifer's books. Thank you so much. So much support. Thank you. Never had marker paper, though. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It might end up being your favorite. The only thing it's not great with is color pencil, though, because it's so smooth. But if you love to color with marker, you're just going to adore this paper. So you're going to love it. Robin says that's the paper she's going to order her first book on. You're going to love it. Let's see. Yucky Dog Zombie says, how do I join your giveaway? There's a link in the video description. Just follow it. It's really easy. You just type in your email on Facebook. There's an app we're using through Facebook. That's how you join. You need to be a U.S. It's only U.S. citizens. You have to live in the U.S. Not U.S. citizens. Sorry, that came out weird. We're only open to U.S. Right now because of some legalities through that app. Plus, to keep our shipping costs down. You saw how huge the book is. They're big and they're heavy, and so we're trying to keep our shipping costs down for the giveaway because we're giving away so many books. But the next giveaway we'll probably do it outside of Facebook, and we're going to do it open to everyone. So if you don't use Facebook or you're outside of the US, watch for the next giveaway. We'll take care of you. Let's see. Lori says, thanks, I will try again. I want to order. Good. I hope that helps. Those videos we did really detailed and showed you every single step. So hopefully that will answer any questions you've got. Tammy says, I ordered paper and I've been hoarding it. It's so beautiful. Don't you just love the Bliss paper? It's so awesome. I love it. I'm so addicted to paper now, and I try not to be a snob about art supplies, but I'm becoming more and more of a snob when it comes to paper, because if you've got good paper, you can make almost any supply. It doesn't matter if it's like kids coloring supplies or like the most high-end coloring supplies, most expensive ever. You can make almost any coloring supply look amazing if you've got good paper. So I think I might just let myself become a huge snob when it comes to paper because you really can like make Crayolas or Crazy Art pencils look amazing on the good paper. It's amazing. So it's really cool. Let's see. I like pencils on marker paper. Oh, cool. Maybe I need to have some tips from you on how you use it on marker paper. That'd be awesome. Lori loves the gnomes. Dorothy says, totally love your laugh. Makes me smile. I'm glad you love my laugh. Yucky Dog Zombie says, you can just call me Zombie. Carter's here. He smiled at your name. He likes that name too. Joetta says, hello. Can we see a flip through of one of your books? Katrina says, okay, I've got this big one here, and this is a custom built one. So Steve built this for me. I just said, you build it, you pick the pages, you do what you want with it, but I do want lots of swatch pages, and I want blank pages in it. Other than that, you get to pick whatever you want. Oh, and I told him I wanted it bound for lefties. So if you go check out, oh, now I don't know where he put it. There's a video where I flipped through this book. It might have been the Facebook Live last Wednesday where I flipped through it. So he even put grayscale pictures in here for me, see? And this is all on mixed media paper. Oh, that's the other thing. I told him I wanted it on mixed media paper so I could color with markers, color pencils, gel pens, anything I wanted in this book. So that's what's in here. Here's our cat, Mishka. This is his grayscale pages. If you've never seen his grayscale pages, they are not just black and white photos. Steve does these. This is his photography. And then he does a stylize on them. Let me bring it up close so you can see. Oh, I don't know if YouTube doesn't do the highest quality video. I'm going to try to block me out so it will focus on that. Can you see how in the fur there's sort of a swirly painted like texture? Can you see?
Put it close.
Oh, I'm coming in closer. If we get too much closer, I'm worried it's going to go blurry. Carter was here. Anyway, he does a stylized on it so that when you color it, it looks like you've almost painted it, like an oil painting kind of look. So it's not just a black and white photo. They're really cool. They're really neat to color. So if you thought they were just black and white photos, they're not. They're different. They're artistic style that Steve puts onto the black and white grayscale coloring books. So go check him out. He's got pre-configured coloring books that you can purchase and customize now, or you can add a few to your customized books if you just want to put in a couple just to try because you're a little nervous and you just want to see what they're like. You can throw in a couple into your customized coloring books to see what they're like. Let me show you what at the beginning of this book. This is what the blissful message looks like right here. So if you want to make this a book, like a Mother's Day gift book, you can add a page at the very beginning with a personalized message in it. This is so cool that we get to offer all this. So it will print out like this, and you can put in a whole message to your mom or your grandma or your aunt all about how you customize this book for them and hope they enjoy coloring in it. And it's got, you even pick the paper for them and everything, and tell them all about the book and how much you love them, and or maybe you're getting it as a gift to someone who's going in for surgery or having a hard time, and so you can make a personal message for them in this book as well. The pages, this appears to be upside down, but it is not. It's one of our how it comes out when it's printed for lefties. So I'm right-handed, so if I was coloring in here, this would be upside down for me. But if you're lefty, this is how you would have it, and now the ring is out of your way. For me, it would be in the way. Aren't you glad, lefties, that it's in the way for me? For once, it's in the way for the right-handed person. But if you're a lefty, it's that ring is out of the way, and you can finally color the right perspective. You don't have to put it on its side or upside down to color. The ring is out of your way. You don't have to cut it out of the book anymore. So this one, when you're ordering, you can select if you're left-handed or you're making the book for a left-handed person. That's what that option does, is anything that is printed landscape will now have the ring on that side of the page, so it's out of the way for a left-handed colorist. It's not cool? It's so cool. I think it's so awesome. So that's the left-handed printing. Here's another one. Like I said, Steve built this one so that anything with an animal on it would be in here. So there's lots of dogs. There's an owl. There's another left-handed. There's a bunny. And then in the back, here's some birds on a mandala. And then in the back, I had Steve add a whole bunch of, I think he added 5 bliss swatching pages. I can't remember. If he was here, he would remember. I had him add several bliss swatching pages so I could have room to swatch lots. Or maybe 1 full page of swatching gel pens and 1 full page of swatching color pencils, that kind of thing. I can organize it any way I want. And then also I have some blank pages. And I really wanted this option available to you guys because I use blank pages all the time. I don't just use them for sketching. I do a lot of sketching when I'm out and about, but I also use blank pages for journaling, for note taking. So if I'm in a meeting, I can grab my coloring book now and switch to the back and find a blank page and use this awesome, beautiful paper, which is what it is. It's not just standard copy paper. If you select for your book paper to be marker paper, then the blank paper is going to be marker paper. And I could use my markers and take notes or make a beautiful page and swatch. I could even use this for practicing color combinations. I could use it for practicing blending. There's so many ways to use blank pages. And so that's why I said to Steve, I want this to be an option for their custom books. I want them to be able to add blank pages to their custom books. And so it becomes a hybrid coloring book. You can use it for so many things now, all in one book. So that's how this book works. Plus, I had him add a chipboard. In my videos on the Bliss Print Shop, I talk about how I think every book needs a chipboard. It's great for if you're using your book on your lap, but it also protects the corners of your pages, keeps your book a little more protected. And I think that's important, especially when I hate a book that has a crunched corner. And sometimes it's just going to happen. If you drop your book into your art bag, it might just happen. But this little chipboard is going to give you a little more protection. I love a book with a chipboard because I feel like that the chances of my corners getting smashed are a little smaller. I can be a little more abusive of my books if there's a chipboard on there. So that's this heavy cardboard right here is called chipboard. So that's what my books are like. If you go on my website, I have all the books there. The pre-configured ones are all there, with every page has a little thumbnail with every image that's in every book. I don't want to surprise you. I want you to know what you're getting, what every book comes with. And now you can customize every book. So like, for instance, I had someone who said, I love your Easter book, but I'm not Christian. I'm Jewish and I want your entire Easter book, but I just don't want the Christian art. I want all the Easter art and the spring art. How can I get your Easter book without the Christian art? And so we wrote her back and said, wait just a little longer because we have a surprise. And this was the surprise. Now she can go order the entire Easter coloring book and leave out the Christian art or replace the Christian art with some other art that she wants. And I just love that she can have the exact book she wants the way she wants it. So I love it. I love it. I love giving you guys exactly what you want. I love that ability. So that's how the books look. And go check it out. You can see everything. I don't want to ever surprise anybody. I want everybody to be very happy with their books when they get them. So that's the Coloring Bliss books. I'm so proud of them. I love them. And I love that we print them right here, so I know that the products going out to you I'm proud of. But I think you're going to love them. So come check it out. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. I still have a little more coloring to do, and it's just the background now. So I think I'm going to drink a little bit more water and read a few more of your comments, finish the background, and then we'll probably sign off for the day. I'm going to be live again on Wednesday with Facebook. So make sure you join me there. It'll be 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So join me on Facebook for that. If you can't make it at that time, don't forget that all my live events are always available afterwards to watch. So you can watch them again and again or come and catch them if you missed it. Also, make sure you share and hit like here if you're enjoying this video. Helps my channel a lot if you do that. So thank you for that. Let me see. I'm going to drink a little more water here. Oh, we've been on for almost 2 hours. No wonder my voice is getting dry. I need to get some like throat lozenges I can suck on while I'm talking for 2 hours straight, huh? Let's see. Do we make any books with watercolor paper? Watercolors are my favorite. You do not know the struggle of watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is treated extra special. It has a coating on it. It's a resist that makes it so you can use water medium on it. And I have been searching and searching for a paper that is cost effective and still nice. And you know, like some watercolor paper that is less expensive is too thin. Some watercolor paper that is cheaper is like blue. Like I bought some that I thought might work, and when we got it, it was almost blue. It was so weird. So I haven't found the right solution yet. I'm still searching. I've talked to my paper supplier and he's like, I don't know what to tell you. The other problem is to find a watercolor paper that can go through my printer and the toner will sit on it correctly despite that resist on it. Does that make sense? So we're working against a printer and the resist. It's a complicated issue. I don't want to. You can print on watercolor paper, but when you sit down to work with it, is that toner just going to wash right off because the resist is going to make it so that toner is sort of floating on it, the laser toner, and when you get it wet, it's just going to wash right off. It's an issue. It's a problem. Some of the textures on the watercolor paper is a problem. And then the cost of watercolor paper is so high that it would price it to a point that I don't even think rich people like millionaires would be like, you're going to charge that much for that book? So it's a problem. I'm working on it, and we'll keep working on it. Maybe if someone knows of a watercolor paper manufacturer that would solve all my problems, let me know. Send us an email, let me know, or comment below and let me know. That's the issues I'm running into. It's not just, I know I can send watercolor paper through a printer, but once you hit it with water or with marker or with a color pencil or an eraser, is it going to lift that toner? And then per paper cost, per piece of paper, is it going to be too expensive? So it's a problem. It's logistically a problem. So I want to do it because I love watercolors too. Right now, my best option for you is the mixed media paper. Is awesome for watercolors, especially if you treat it before you use watercolor on it. A clear gesso is a really great option. There's all kinds of clear gessos on the market that you can try. I'm actually testing a whole bunch right now. I've brought in 3 or 4 more that I'm testing, and I'll eventually do a video here on YouTube to show you what I'm learning and hopefully give you some more options for gesso that can treat that paper and be a good solution in the meantime. So that's my knowledge for you. Okay. Do I have clown circus coloring books? Not yet. That's a good suggestion. I'll look into that. Grace's Coloring Corner says she likes the customized coloring books. I'm glad you like it. I am in love with this idea. I think that the more we spread the word, the more people will like it, and the more options we can give you, the more buying power we'll have. Right now we're just this little company, just me and Steve running it with a little part-time employee. So the more power we have as far as the bigger our company gets, the more we'll be able to offer you. So I'm really excited to see where this grows and where it goes. So let's see. Great bonuses, awesome images, looks nice to complete. Thanks. Dorothy says polychromos have great flesh tones, are fantastic. Yeah, I agree. Polychromos can do some really awesome realistic coloring, really beautiful. Janine says, thank you, Jennifer, thinking about the lefties. You're so very welcome. I think that you guys deserve your rights, so I've got your back. Let's see. Maureen says, are the sparkly pages textured or smooth? They're actually very smooth, and it's more, they call it metallic. So I've colored with the sparkly papers. Like I have a whole coloring book that's more of a glitter type paper. This is, they call it metallic, and it's very smooth. I'll move it in the light so you can see how it kind of catches the light all in one big sheen rather than in lots of sparkles. So it's very smooth. It's very nice to work on. Works awesome with markers. Love it with my alcohol markers. That's how I colored this little chick. I just did one quick wash of yellow on it, so there's no shading or anything fun here. But that's that's alcohol marker. This has been done with color pencil. I'm going to do a little bit more coloring here in just a second to finish this up. But both of them show the metallic through your coloring. So that's the magic of this metallic paper. I can't believe how fun it is. And we've got it so far in this white metallic or a rose metallic that's beautiful as well. It's a very pinky metallic that we used during, I think, Valentine's. We were showing it off because it was so perfect for Valentine's. So Steve's always on the hunt for specialty papers for us to use. Some of them have really strange texture that would change the way the coloring would look, so I've been steering him away from those. But he's always looking for some fun paper for us to try out. Let's see. We've got Incho from Australia. Hello and welcome. Joetta says, I can't remember what all I ordered from Coloring Bliss. Thank you for your order. Well, if you can't remember, just come order some more. Good evening from Chickadee. Welcome. Let's see. Thanks so much for teaching me so many new techniques. You're welcome. I love teaching. I love sharing all these things so you guys can have so much joy and passion out of coloring like I have. I love it. And Grace's Coloring says that the watercolor paper is pricey. It is. And the cheaper ones I've tried some of them are just, like I said, they're kind of grayish, bluish color, and some of them have weird texture, and I don't know, cheaper isn't always better, like we all know. So yeah, I don't know, I'm working on it. Ask Linda Ravenscroft. She has watercolor paper. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Maybe you could email that to me, that name, to support@coloringbliss.com. That way I won't lose that name. It might get lost in this chat. Sometimes I can't scroll back and find it. So that would be helpful to me. Let's see. There's some sharing here about the mixed media paper and the golden satin glazing liquid. Yeah, glazing liquid can be a good solution too. So thank you for that tip for the watercolor. Other YouTubers are talking about your coloring books. Oh, that's exciting. I'm glad to hear that. Like I said, I want to build up our business so we can offer even more options to you guys. That's so exciting. The channel from the Artful Spirit has a number of videos on things she has tried to cover coloring books into watercolor books. Yep, there's lots of great resources now on stuff like that. Also, the people who do Bible journaling, they have lots of good suggestions also on ways to seal your paper for water-based and like acrylic, other kinds of wet mediums. They have lots of great suggestions. Great explanation of the metallic paper, Maureen says. Thank you. Let's see. Is there a way to buy just the metallic paper? I don't know. Shoot Steve an email, support@coloringbliss.com, and ask him. I don't think it's an option in the Bliss print shop yet, but send him an email and see what he says on that one. I use Canson's watercolor paper. I love Canson's watercolor paper too. I also have some of the Arches watercolor paper. I splurged once and got some of that. That stuff's so nice. I think I have a couple different kind of Cansons. They're like high end and they're cheap end. I love their stuff too. Yeah. And then Andrea from Salzburg, Austria. Welcome. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. It's very late here. But I still would like to finish this background. Like I've said before, if you're having fun and you're enjoying what we're doing here, make sure you hit like and share, comment, all that good stuff. I am going to switch views here and go back to what we're coloring. This is that Mother's Day card that I'm working on for my mom, I've decided. And I want to do the background here. Oh, there's Grace's Coloring Corner says Dick Blick has a watercolor paper of their own. There are a lot of really great brands of watercolor paper. I have a drawer full now. I've brought in several different styles to test them to see if any of them would work for the Bliss Print Shop. The biggest obstacle I'm running into is the cost factor, and then we have to figure out how to make them print correctly so that as you guys are coloring and working and erasing and playing with them, they'll work correctly. Jennifer, wouldn't marker paper work for watercolors since marker is basically a wet medium? Watercolor paper, the marker paper is so dense. Watercolor paper is its own creature. And I need to do a separate video on what I've learned about watercolor paper, and because it's going to take too long to talk about it. But watercolor paper is made specially. It's even made out of different stuff, and then it's treated so that it can resist the water. So it's its own creature, and that marker paper we use is like really dense. All the fibers are packed really tight, and then it has a coating on it to make it super slick and so awesome. And so when you're coloring on it, those markers just slide and glide and they can blend so beautifully. And then the ink starts to sort of soak into those dense fibers so you can get those layers so beautifully. That's why that marker paper works so great. It's very similar to the same paper that Copic sells. In fact, when I sourced that paper, I took a sample of the Copic paper with me to my paper guy and said, this is what Copic's using, I want something similar to that. And this is how we were directed to this marker paper. And I have used wet medium like water on that marker paper, and it just acts a little funky. I need to do a separate video to show you guys. I've like taken all these papers and used wet medium on all of them to see how they react, and some papers just don't act the same way, and that's why we have so many different kinds of paper. That's why when you go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any art store, you go down that paper aisle and it's a long paper aisle because of that particular reason. They have different kinds of paper for every art medium for a reason. And paper does make a huge difference to our coloring. And as soon as you guys have tried like different kinds of paper for your coloring, you'll see why I say you need a color pencil paper for your color pencils, you need a marker paper for your marker, and then you need a good mixed media paper for everything else. And you need a good watercolor paper for your watercolors. It's so true. I didn't believe it for the longest time, but the more I learned about it and the more I practiced and tried, the more I believe it now. I'm a believer in papers. A good paper can make all the difference in your coloring. So yeah, that was a long answer to your question. I tend to do that. People ask me questions and then I just rattle and rattle, but I want you to really understand, because I didn't understand these things for the longest time, so I want you to understand. But watercolor paper is neat. I love it. But it's very different creature. So let me see what else has been going on here. Oh, A Colorful Life. You donated $5 to my channel. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. That $5 will go a long way. I don't think people understand how very little we make on YouTube. YouTube is, you make just pennies per view, even less than pennies per view on YouTube. And so when people donate a $5 to your channel like that, it's huge. So thank you so much for that donation. It means so much. Colorful Life is an awesome YouTube channel. She does lots of tutorials there as well. So check out her channel. She's awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see. The Arteza is a good and budget friendly. Yeah, I haven't tried their products yet, but they are everywhere, and I hear a lot of good things about the Arteza brand. Let's see. Yeah, people call Colorful Life, they call her the Mama Fruit Bat. So that's why Lori's calling her the Mama Fruit Bat. Let's see. I'm just skimming. I'm waiting on Original Bliss Volume 2. Awesome, on the marker paper. You're going to love the marker paper. Okay, how do you feel about Derwent Inktense pencils? Love them, love them, love them. They are great. You can use them like standard pencils or hit them with water, and they do magical, wonderful things. In fact, we're going to be doing more with them. I finally have the full set. An awesome follower here on YouTube, one of my fans, she sent me her entire set of Inktense pencils. She gifted them to me, and I love them. I'm so spoiled to have the full set now of Inktense pencils, so love them. Let's see, Black Widow pencils. I have those now. That's one of the sets I have. They sent me both of their sets of pencils, the Black Widow, or is it 3 of them? It's been a while. They sent them to me to review, so I have them here in the studio, and I'm going to do an unboxing and a review of them here on the channel really soon. Like I said, now that we've got this phase of the Bliss print shop rolled out, I can do more here on YouTube, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, let me see. Am I caught up? We've got Andrea from Sweden. That's awesome. Okay, I think we can do some coloring. Oh, Joetta says she had some pencils split on her Arteza set. She contacted them and she got a brand new set in the mail. Awesome. That's what I love to hear is, problems happen with all art supplies, but if we've got good customer support supporting the supplies, then that's fine. Problems happen, but customer support is what we need, right? Okay, I'm switching back here. We're going to do the background real quick here because I need to take a break. My voice is going to be gone. 2 hours of talking. So let me show you up here. The way I colored this section here was with all 3 of these pencils here. All these colors, I mentioned their names at the very beginning here. This is the Cobalt Turquoise PC105, Aquamarine PC905, and Light Aqua PC992. These are all the tritone sets that I set up a few months ago. The link to that video is in the description of this video if you want to get all the tritones for the Prismacolors that match my wheel, the color wheel, and all the tritones for the polychromos. They're all to that video that I linked in the description. So you don't have to catch all the names and numbers if you don't want to right now. What I'm thinking for the background behind the lettering is I'm going to leave out the darkest green for now and see if we can build the whole background using just these 2 pencils, the mid-tone and the lightest tone. That way it will stay really soft and really light into the background. And then if we want to, I could maybe do some darker way out here, but I want to stay as soft and light as possible so that the words don't get lost in this really dark green. See how dark that green can get? Such a vivid green. So I'm hoping if we stay in the mid and light tone, we won't lose those lose that wording. And I'm using this makeup brush to remove the little bits of pencil that keep coming up as I'm coloring. Because this is such a soft paper and a low texture paper, this waxy pencil is leaving a lot of crumbs. And if I brush it away with my warm hand, it tends to smear the pigment because my warm hand melts that it melts the wax and will leave a nice smear. And so if I use a brush that's really, really soft, it takes that away without leaving any smears from my crumbs. So a nice cheap makeup brush seems to be working really great for that purpose. I think this is a Wet n Wild makeup brush. I just went down the makeup aisle at Walmart and found the cheapest big fluffy brush I could find, and it's probably Wet n Wild, and it works really great for getting rid of those crumbs without any smears, where my hand would definitely melt and smear the crumbs. So let's go for it. I'm going to start with, because I can't do Jennifer's rule of blending thirds on here, because we have so small amount of texture, I can't build up as many layers as I would like to on like a color pencil paper. So we're just doing some real basic coloring here. Now we want this element here to look like it's on top. So this will be where the darkest tones are, and then we'll move in with the lighter tones towards the words. That's going to be true of everything we color here. This is going to be where our shadows are with lighter in the middle. So we're just going to build up starting where the darkest tones are out in here. Light layers, remember, you can always add more, but it's hard to take it away. So we're going to start in the shadows, and we are using that mid-tone here as our darkest. We can always add that dark tone in if we want to. But we're going to start with the mid-tone and try to be really light-handed here. Remember, you can move your hand back to be light-handed. That will help remind you to be as light-handed as possible the farther back you go. When I get into really detailed corners like in here, I have to move my hand forward onto the pencil so that I can have more control of that tip. But as soon as I get out into bigger areas, I try to remember to move my hand back, and then I'll have more control as far as lighter strokes. Small details, I move towards the tip. Large areas, I want light strokes, so I move back on the pencil. Okay, so this is the shadow area here. I want it to be heavier, and then very light pressure here so we can blend in that lighter tone. Okay. Light pressure here. If you weren't here with us earlier, we were doing some blending magic earlier, weren't we? With our complementary colors in the shadows. So you'll have to watch that part of the video. Okay, building in the shadows here. And leaving lots of white space here for our lightest tone of the green right here, this tone. And these are the Prismacolor Premier Pencils. You can use whatever you want though. This is a page I started on last Wednesday on our Facebook Live event. If you want to join us this Wednesday, we'll be live again at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time this coming Wednesday. And don't forget to follow the link in the video description to enter for your chance to win a custom-built coloring book We're giving a book away every day until April 22nd, so make sure you're entered for that. All the details for that giveaway are in that link, and it's over on Facebook that we're doing that giveaway. And that giveaway is for U.S. citizens. I keep saying U.S. citizens. It's for U.S. only, U.S. shipping addresses. We had to do that for legal reasons and also to keep the costs down because we're giving away so many books. Oh, I went off screen. Sorry. That's the problem with being so zoomed in, huh? Okay, we're just quickly building up the shadows here. Love these three colors together. And this, of course, is one of those Mother's Day cards I keep showing you guys. And you get a full set of the Mother's Day cards when you order a coloring book right now. It's a bonus. And I like how I've designed the Mother's Day cards because they're so... A lot of them are very generic as far as you can use them for grandmas or aunts or really any occasion. They're not all very specific for Mother's Day. Okay, I think we've got some good shadows built. I'll go to the halfway point right here as well. And then I'll show you how I'm going to do the lightest tone here. Kind of kiss it with blue. I think my mom's going to like this card. Okay. My hand keeps sliding down on the pencil. You guys notice that? All right, that's good. Now we've got the lightest of my trio of blues here. This is that light aqua PC992. And we're going to move quite far back on this pencil here. The other trick I found with this metallic paper when you're using color pencils is to keep your color pencil pretty sharp. Like I'm getting to the point here, if you see how rounded that tip is. With my color pencil paper, I would keep coloring. This is probably just fine. But with this paper, this is probably getting to almost too dull of pencil. For some reason, this paper loves a good sharp pencil. More so than any paper I've ever worked with. I can usually get away with a slightly dull pencil for a little while with most papers. Okay, I'm using such a light hand here. The idea is to blend out any harsh lines between the mid-tone and the light tone. And then I just want it to sort of just be kissed with this blue. Because once I get into here where this wording is, I want it to just be a very light blue. I don't want it to take away from the wording. Okay, so we're going to blend out this harsh line. Really soft strokes here. Remember, color pencil is a slow coloring medium. If you want smooth strokes and no visible lines, then you gotta go slow. If you don't like slow coloring, then color pencil may not be for you. Am I right? I still think we were joking that we need to have Steve do some coloring. Oh, sorry about that. The phone's ringing. I can't get to it, so we're just going to enjoy listening to the music. I even put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why that rang. The phone's on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, Steve, I'm trying to talk Steve into doing some coloring. I want to give him a coloring challenge because he's like never done any real coloring. But he has very little patience. So I don't think color pencil should be what we have him color first with, or we might not ever get him to color again. So I'm thinking marker. Don't you guys think we should have him do markers? I was thinking maybe the Cali Art markers. I'm worried if we have him do a really expensive marker, he'll be too intimidated. Or like too fancy of a marker like the chameleons, it might be too tricky. So if we get him if we have him do like a really good, basic, inexpensive, but vivid, fun, fast coloring medium like the Cali Arts, I think we could get him to be really excited about it. And then we could give him, I was thinking we should have him play the coloring game. I'm going to rotate this now. I don't want my hand to be resting on the coloring page because my hand is so warm. I don't want to melt and smear the pigment that I just worked so hard to lay down. So I want to rotate, keep my hand off of that coloring, and let it rest over here. And that's why I'm rotating. There is actual reason to it. I'm going to move it up. Okay, I'm building the shadows. I love how light I got that blue to go in there. Kind of feels like we're looking through a window, don't you think? It feels like a window. And the other thing I love about coloring with color pencil on this metallic paper is there's absolutely no need to push hard. So my hand isn't getting tired at all. I mean, I've been doing a lot of talking, so it hasn't been straight coloring, but I've been working here for 2 hours now. And my hand's not tired at all. We are using Prismacolors, which are super soft and super pigmented, so that probably has something to do with it too. But color pencils is usually the art medium that wears me out the fastest, right? And my hand is not tired. So that tells me that we are doing good. I could probably sit here and keep going for quite a while if it wasn't for needing dinner and my voice getting tired. Okay. Building up shadows. If I wanted to make these shadows more dynamic, I could. I could grab that darker tone of the blue and make them darker. I could grab the complementary colors like we did earlier and add some of the red. But I'm really liking how soft it looks, and it's not competing with these elements up here, which I like. The eye is staying at the words and it's going to these bigger elements. So I think I'm going to keep it this way. Very soft. I like it. This makes me happy. I think the biggest lesson I've been learning in coloring lately is that I need to keep trying new color combinations. I need to be more brave with color combinations. We did that game the color game, you know, that I introduced a while back, and it forced me to use lime green, and I loved it. I've been using lime green in so many different things lately because of that. And then last Wednesday when we started this, someone recommended I use this blue-green color in this coloring page, and I would not have picked this color, and I'm in love with it. And so I think that's the lesson I have been learning lately, is that I need to be more bold with my color choices, get out of my comfort zone. All right, now we're going to my light color. And again, with this light color, the idea is to smooth these harsh lines, these harsh blending that we laid down, the harsh shadows, and to just do that soft lay down of the light blue. And of course we want to match what we did on this side so it feels like it's in the right place. And if I get a little too heavy-handed over here, I can always go over here and balance it out. So I'm going to want to be looking back and forth and make sure the shadows match and the amount of blue I'm laying down is as similar as possible. So I'll do my first pass over the whole thing, and then I'll turn it around so it's right side up. That will make my eye look at it totally different. It's a really good art trick is to look at your art upside down and then right side back up again. It forces your eye to see it differently. That works for drawing and it works for coloring as well. So I will finish up comparing and coloring it this way and then rotate it around and look at it one more time, look for any spots I missed or any colors that I should have balanced better and correct it. And then we can either call it done or keep going depending on how I feel about it. You know, there's things like we could add white highlights. We could get glitter pens like gel pens out, add that. So lots we could do. I'm kind of feeling like we might be done though. This is feeling really pretty the way it is. Okay, we're going to blend this harsh line out now. Soft, careful, Jennifer. Don't rush it. Light-handed. I get to the end of things like this, and do you guys get to the last little bit and you start rushing because you're excited to see the end? The mistakes I usually make are usually right at the end because I'm all in a hurry to finish it and see how it looks. I'm always like, oh, it's looking so good, hurry and finish it so you can see how it looks. Now I am coloring right over on top of these black letters, and I don't know if it's picking it up on the screen, but because this is color pencil, it's actually leaving a small amount of the waxy buildup onto the black. So the black isn't as vivid on the lettering. So I could have avoided going on top of the lettering, but that would have been a pain. So what I'm going to try when I'm done here, I'm going to try removing it with an eraser. Just gently, see on the biggest, broadest areas if I can remove it. Okay, I'm liking how this looks. This needs a little more blending. All right, look back and forth and see if we're pretty much consistent. This ended up being a little darker right here on this side. So we're going to darken up this side to match. Okay, and let's rotate it, look at it again, and see if there's, from this new perspective, if my eye catches anything that doesn't look right. Couple little spots I can see now that I didn't see before. Okay. Right in here, I can see another spot I should have blended better. I can't believe how often rotating. Another thing that helps is going into a different light. Of course, I'm under really good studio lights right now, so probably going into different light wouldn't help. But if I was coloring downstairs, where my lighting isn't as consistent, I have one good light downstairs that comes from just one side, comes this side. Then taking it, rotating my book, and maybe even going into like coming up here under better light, I would definitely see areas I missed and would need cleaning up. Okay, get all that dust away. Now I have this really awesome little eraser here. This is by Faber-Castell. Let me bring it up. It's a Perfection eraser. It's a pencil eraser in the shape of a pencil, and you can sharpen it up and get it really to a tiny, tiny little point, the eraser. And we can come in and hopefully, if I go over the letters, we'll see if that will lift off. Yeah, it's lifting it off. See the black, or the blue, I guess, from the pencil here. And I'm just going to do the word you and the word smile. And just clean off those letters so the black is really vivid. I'm not going to worry about these tiny letters. That would drive me crazy. That's not blissful to clean those ones. Just the big ones. Okay, clean that off. All right. Zoomy, zoomy, zoomy. That's the finished page. I like it. I don't think I'm going to add any white glimmers or anything. I think I like it that way. I like it. Oh, what is going on right there? Oh, it was just a little... Oh, I was panicking. There was like something on the letter. Okay. I like that. That camera's not working. Okay, we'll stick to this camera then. I wonder if I can get it to work. Let's see if I can get it to work. Nope, it's not going to work. Okay, well, it looks like we're down to just one camera, which isn't so bad. Better than no camera, right? Okay, so if you want your Mother's Day cards, make sure you come to Coloring Bliss and get them. You get them for free if you order something. And make sure also you enter for the Book a Day giveaway we're doing. And there's links and everything you need in the description. And man, does that look pretty. I love those colors. Thank you to whoever it was that recommended I get out of my comfort zone and try a new color, because oh boy, I love it. I love it. I'm so happy with how that turned out. And look at it shine. Look at that metallic. So pretty. Okay, now let me see if I have any comments I should have caught. That camera stopped working, Steve. A phone call came through and I lost it. How do gel pens work on the metallic paper? Pretty good. There's a bit of a finish on this paper that makes it so that any wet medium takes longer to dry. So give your gel pen some time to dry. That's what I would recommend. Extra time. Oh, good. We've got the camera back. Thanks, Steve. Is there any other quick? Steve's here just to see if I'm done. And my eyes are starting to go blurry, so it's hard for me to read. Steve's going to catch up on last minute comments. Yeah. This was lots of fun. He's just reading real quick to see if there's anything I can answer at the end here. And little Rose, I wanted to show him your haircut. Come here, Rose. Come here. Let me show him your haircut. She fixed her hairdo. She always, after she's done with her grooming, I put a top knot in, and then she gets out and she lays on the floor on the carpet and rolls and rolls and rolls until her top knot's messed up. So that's why her cute little top knot's all messed up. But look how cute her little body is, all smooth now. And she used to have long hair on her legs, but we cut all that off. But she still has her long hair here and her long ears. And then she has a long, long tail back here. Huh. Yeah. You're so pretty. So that's my little Rosie now. Yeah. Sit right here. She's all, why'd you wake me up? Hi. Hi. Say hi. She's so cute. And she smells better now, too. You don't smell so much like a dog. She sleeps with me, so we have to keep her really clean, huh? Yeah. Want to go back onto your spot? She's going to go back to her spot. Carter swept up all the hair that we cut off of her, and Carter says, you cut an entire rose off of her because there was so much hair. It looked like enough hair to make another rose. Huh. So is there any comments or questions I need to catch up on, or is it just lots of
lots of
chatting
questions and good comments, and well, not so much questions but more comments, but
yeah, just nice chatting.
Yep.
Okay, I may try to go live again tomorrow on my Instagram. We'll see. I would love to try doing that again. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you're over there following me, so if I go live tomorrow you can follow me there. And then for sure on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, our regularly scheduled weekly live event will be over there. And I haven't decided what we're going to do yet for demonstrating for our tutorials. So I'll probably make that decision tonight and put a post up on my Facebook group to tell you guys what we'll be doing for our live event on Wednesday. So join us there for sure. And I hope you had fun. I had fun. I can't believe I was on here for over 2 hours doing coloring and chatting with you guys. It shows you just how much fun time passes when we're all together. It's just so much fun. So thanks for joining me. Rose is back to going to sleep in her nice little spot.
And did ask real quick, any chance you might do Christmas cards for us to buy?
Oh, did we not do Christmas cards?
I don't know if she means more like actual cards, not so much the...
Oh, not just like a postcard kind of thing, but we are looking into doing all kinds of cards. We've thought about like sympathy cards, thank you cards. We want to do a full line of cards, and Christmas would be a big one. So definitely, like I said, we're working on making sure Steve is full-time, and then we can start producing even more products like that. So I'll make sure Christmas is one of them, because I think Christmas is our favorite time of year to do a lot of this kind of thing, coloring and making gifts for everybody. So I think that would be awesome to have more Christmas cards. So yeah. So like I said, if you have any more questions, if you're having any issues with the giveaway or any issues with the ordering, make sure you shoot Steve an email at support@coloringbliss.com. And good luck with the giveaway. I hope somebody here wins tomorrow's giveaway. That would be so cool if one of you guys wins. So we'll see you guys, if not tomorrow, definitely Wednesday at our Facebook Live event. So thanks everybody for joining me. It was lots of fun. I had so much fun. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.